This conference will now be recorded.
And then
Okay,
you
okay,
take the
all right.
conversation afterwards.
Okay, all right.
Great.
All right. So, um, I'd love to share my screen, but uh, I think I'll share the documents instead, so that all of us can go through it together. Because I feel like if I share my screen, it will affect the network a little bit. So I'll share the documents. We all just go through it so everybody can access the documents. Let me share the document link here. So just access the document together. But if it's not, if you can't flow with document, let me know. So I'll try to share my screen. I'm just trying to ensure that the bandwidth is okay to for my voice to be clear enough. And in a minute. On WhatsApp. So, I'll share here first. So check this docs out, and I'll share it on WhatsApp. Although that might be slower because I need to load WhatsApp on my laptop. But yeah, so you guys try to visit that document, and let's go through the document together. So let me know when you can see the document. So documents are available for viewing. So just let me know if you can see the document. You can reply via chat. You can see the document. Okay, great. Okay, all right, good. Okay, so okay, all right. Okay, so I've shared the document now. You can go ahead and start. So sorry. So before now, we had a project. There was a sample project that we went to work on in preparation for our boot camp. Okay. That was the calorie project where I shared the code with you guys, and you know, um, we are meant to practice the code, learn how it works, understand it very well. It's a lot of code, so you're meant to understand the functionalities of the code, understand how it works, and try to see if if you can replicate the same thing, by yourself. So after you've understood the code, you're meant to just build out, the whole thing by yourself. So that was the purpose of that um, project, to just uh, ensure that you have a project, a full project with HTML, CSS, and plenty of JavaScript, enough for you to really, really practice, what you've learned so far. So it's a very um, heavy project. Like it's actually, when it comes to the JavaScript side, it is not too much HTML and CSS, but a lot of JavaScript, enough JavaScript for you to really, really revise all the JavaScript that you've ever known. Ah, so the project was there to help out. But um, while that project is good, we also need to um, tie a project to your learning process. So there's more like there's a project where you can work on during the boot camp, and just play around with, and get to learn things from. And then there's also uh, a project where you get to build incrementally. until you are done. So that it's meant to be like a more of an incremental learning kind of thing where you build a project um, gradually, block by block, until you get to the end of the project. Okay. So that is what this time of application is about. So it was a suggestion from the coordinators that okay, why don't we have a project that will build incrementally, over time, that will go alongside the learning materials and the things you are learning, so that all the assignments, coding challenges, everything will be channeled towards that project. So it's more like okay, this is the end goal, that we have. So you have the project, you have a project, you know what the project should look like, and all you're doing is building, something towards that particular end goal, you know, um, towards that particular project, that is towards the full project itself, so that at the end of all the lessons, you can say, oh, okay, while I was in the academy, I built this app from scratch by myself. So I built all these things from scratch. Nobody helped me to build anything. In the case of the calorie project, I gave you guys code already. Yeah, the reason why I gave you code was because I wanted you to see, what JavaScript can really, really be used for, and how deeply, you can really go. That's not even deep enough, but that's enough, code, and to really challenge your background in JavaScript. So, and I think it did. When I was explaining the code, some people is still not getting a lot of things. So, but so this is also going to help in that regard as well. However, this will be more incremental. So while that one is be like bootcamp stuff, this one is more of an incremental project that will lead to an end goal, which everybody will eventually present. Okay. So let me talk about the app now, since you know the purpose of the app. So it's called a time off app. So everybody likes time off at work. So I think I've taken like how many days time off now? Last week I took 2 days. This week I took one day because I was terribly sick. I think Tuesday or thereabouts. Okay. So I've taken like 3 days time off, and I've like how many when did I even resume? Well, that's a straight subject for discussion. But basic thing there is that everybody likes time off once in a while. Just you get to do other things. I mean, it could just be to relax. It could be to do some other very important things that will enable your work to continue to flow very, very easily. Excuse me. Okay, good. All right. So the application is what you call an employee absence management app. So each time you build an application, the application always has a domain. Okay, your application always has a domain. You get now? Any application with real purpose has a domain, and a domain is the area where an application finds its highest usefulness. Okay, so in this case now, this application finds its usefulness in the area of employee, absence management. So obviously, it's going to be used in a corporate institution, probably by HR and the employee. The HR will be the admin guys, while the employees will be the one, requesting for. I mean, okay, everybody's an employee basically, so it will be used by everybody, while there will also be the admin, part. But in the app here, I didn't add the admin part because it wasn't really necessary, like it's not like there's an admin part there, but it's not elaborate enough. But I don't think it's necessary to be elaborate enough, so that we can build the most important things in the application. So that's that. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and continue to explain. So in the application overview, I said, as I'm on page 1 now, I said this is a simple employee absence management app which allows the employees registered to a company, employees of a company. So I'm editing this employees of a company. Request access, okay, request absence from work, and also get approval for that. So if you request off at work, you need to get an approval. That, okay, you're free to go for this off. So the approval process is, and that, so it's subject for discussion, but at least that's what we have. You have to, request you have to submit a request and then you get an approval. So when you get an approval, then you can now go for leave. So that's the process. Okay. So what are the features of the app? All right. So since you guys will be building the app from scratch by yourself, okay. Basically, most applications have a front end part and then the back end part, right? Okay. So you guys are starting with the front end part first. Why? Because you're expected to have covered enough material for you to be confident enough to do, front end work. That's what that means. So you've done HTML, you've done CSS, you've done JavaScript, you've done React. So basically, you've been given all that you need. Sorry, you've been given all that you need, to do a good, clean front end job. Like that's, to be very honest, that's you've done all that you need. You've been given all that you need to do a clean front end job. So you know, um, you'll be building the front end first, and then the back end will be built with Node.js. So and then it will come incrementally, like I said. So the front end application itself will be a React application. So I want to understand. I want to believe that that a React application involves HTML and JavaScript, because if you have a bare bones React project, it's just a blank page. But when you start adding, your HTML elements, and then you convert your HTML elements to components, and then you start adding styles to those components. So that's when it becomes, a full-blown front-end project. So a React project is more or less like a bare bones project. There's nothing on it, just showing you text, welcome to React or something like that. So that's what a React project is. But if you build a project with React, it means that you are using the functionalities that React provides on the front end to render the view of the application, so that it is whatever it is is the reason why people use React, so that it takes advantage of those reasons. Okay, so it's going to be a React project. Of course, you're going to be using JavaScript because React is in JavaScript. You're going to write HTML. There's no way you can have your components without HTML. You're going to have what's that one now? We're going to have CSS to style your components. So that's basically all. So you can say that to be a front end person, all you need to do is React, HTML, CSS. I mean, then you can know how to draw mockups and all those things. But the basic things is React, HTML, CSS, or Angular, HTML, CSS. You just have to know your HTML and CSS and JavaScript. That's just it. So other things like Babel, what's this word again? Okay, I can't remember, but other things like Babel and some other tools that you use are just going to help. Webpack, thank you. Well, Babel, Webpack are just meant to make your work, make the page the tools that you build very light, very easy to load, and all these interesting features. If you use Babel and Webpack on your application and you build and you don't, your CSS is poor, it's not going to change anything. So that's that. So let's talk about the front end features now. So some of the features of the app will include, number one, a landing page showing all the basic features of the application. So just like a landing page showing all the things that you need to know about the application. This application is this, it's that, it looks like this, looks like that. Okay, this is what we have. So I provided more details about the application on the other pages, but I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that as well, but let me just go through this first. So have a sign up page. Okay, so you design a sign up page for it. There was a time I gave you guys some CSS assignments to for form validation. So all that knowledge now will be important here, to be necessary for you to use it here. A login page. Okay, an employee dashboard. It's not really heavy. It's not one of the heavy dashboard. Like a very simple dashboard. Just that it contains enough information, you know, to tell an employee, okay, this is what's going on about my time off and all the likes. So I think only 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it my? I have just like 5 people on the 5 people on docs. Are other people on the docs? Are other guys on documentation? I'm sharing it again. Please, if you're not on documentation, please check it out. I should share my screen, but it takes much more bandwidth, and then there's a chance that you may not hear me, so we have to go further and back. Okay. Okay. So exactly. So it's increasing now. It's increasing. Okay. So if you're not on the docs, please go ahead and check it. That is what I'm referring to. And if you're not following, you say, okay, I'm not following. What are you guys using? Anyway, let's go ahead. So next thing is absence request form. So at least if you want to request for absence, you have to, you know, fill a form to indicate that, okay, I have to request for, you know, I want to request for absence. And then there's a team view dashboard, so where you can see, you know, as an admin, you can see the requests, everyone's request. You can approve requests, you can reject the request, you can just keep a request pending because you don't really know what to think about it just yet, or maybe there's someone else who needs to approve that particular request. So note that you're building the front end for this application. So which means, for example, now if you build a sign up page, if your sign up page should come with validation, but if somebody clicks on submit, it won't submit. Why? Because there's nowhere to persist the information that was filled on the sign up to, right? So you should take note of that. So the login as well, your login should contain validation, but there should be, if I click on login, you know, it should not work because I mean there is no way to log into. You get now? There's no way to validate the data that I have, authenticate it, and then take me to a new page. So that is not available. You understand now? But the pages themselves, the designs, they should be all the, you know, the React components should be ready. You get now? And reusable, because one of the things of React components is that they should be reusable. So there are components that you might reuse across the application. So you should be able to structure your React project in such a way that you can use them properly. I believe you guys know how to structure a React application. The entire talked about that, even though you didn't complete the session, but you know you talked about that. Okay, so if you need more information, feel free to. I think you should be able to talk to him, and you guys can discuss more. So this project is, you know, it's quite collaborative. So try to, you know, talk to others. Hey, what's going on? What's up? How far your project? How far have you gone with it? What have you done? How did you build this? How did you build that? Try not to copy code, because if you do, I don't know, but it's not going to tell well for you. So we'll try to, you know, try to follow up on your with other guys, know what they are doing. Don't lag. So don't lag in the class. Just try to ensure that, you know, you're following up. You can ask on the group. The group is always open there for you to talk. Ask in the group what's going on, who is working on this, who is working on, who has done this part, who has done that part. I'm having issues with this part, I'm having issues with that part. Yeah. So, and I put a note there, front end must, that must is very important, must be built with JavaScript, React, HTML, and CSS. So that's that. So your application should not be void of any of those things. Okay. So next thing we'll talk about, so I'm on page 2 now. So let's talk about the details itself. You know, to help you guys, to give you, like, to make your work easier, I provided, you know, screenshots of what your application should look like. So basically, this is an application that already exists. So I didn't receive the application in the middle of the night in the dream. I just went through the internet and looked for an application that I feel it's, you know, good enough for beginners to build or learners to build. Don't take my word. Don't misinterpret the word. So It's not like somebody reviewed the application to me. So it's an application that already exists. Okay. So you can see this should be your landing page, right? So landing page should contain the basic features of the app, login, and sign up button. So you can see, I mean, it tells us this is the you can see the way the page is designed. It's very simple, nothing complex, right? Okay. So this is a section. This is a section, another section. Like you divide the whole page in 3 sections. On the header, you have the name of the app. You have a sign in button there. In the second section, you have the time of management. Then you have the details I talked about. So this project is this and this and this and this and that, blah 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 blah. And then you put the sign up button there, and then down below you can just put some more little interesting stuff like on the first page where you have that those 3 images stacked on top of each other. So you can just put in something like submit your form. So I mean, just add features. This is not what it should look like. Sorry, this is not what I wanted to build exactly. I mean, if you build this, it's fine. I mean, so it's okay because this is already an existing application, so it's fine. But this is an idea of what you should build. So if I were you, I'm trying to make it more interesting, maybe more features or less features, I mean, depending on what you like, what you want. Okay. Next, we'll talk about the sign up page. Okay, so this is your simple sign up page. I don't really like the sign up page. Like I know there are finer sign up pages. I mean, if you guys go to our codelayer.io, where I give you CSS assignments, you see plenty sign up pages there. You get now. So like those are some of the things you can before you take the code. First of all, understand the code. First, understand the reason why the person use certain CSS designs. You don't just grab the code, copy it, put it there. No, understand. Okay, this is the reason why the person use this CSS design. This is the reason why the person use that CSS design and all that. So once you understand that part, then you can now use any of the sign up pages that you see. Get now, and even you can even create your own too, so that others can use because whatever it is you're using from that codelayer.io, somebody created it. What are you creating that other people can use? Get okay, this thing was built by me. You can go and check it on. You get so you're using what other people. You're excited to use what other people have built. What have you built that other people are excited to use? It's a serious question you should be asking yourself. So when you start using resources from all those platforms, think about it because that is what makes the community grow. All the tools you see today, everything that you're using today, is because some people somewhere felt like, oh, it would be nice if other people can have this, including the internet that we're using, including the internet itself. The internet itself started as the infrastructure of the US Navy. So while the web itself, started as one of the projects of the United States as well. The United States Army. The web was invented by Tim Berners-Lee, okay, and it was a research project for them. Started researching on projects. Okay, how can researchers across the world, share documents, and then decided building the web. So the internet existed before the web. If you don't know, so there's web and then there's internet. So the internet is the infrastructure, the hardware that you see, all those cables, all those submarine cables that run from Brazil all the way to Nigeria, all those ISPs, May1, Fiber One, all those guys have. So I mean, that is the internet. So we can bring down the internet. Once you kill all the infrastructure, the satellites, everything, the internet is down. But the web itself, which is the HTTP, so the web itself, was built by some other people on top of the internet. So the web is a protocol. I believe you guys are aware. So it was built on top of the internet, and then it was open sourced for everybody to use. So the internet as you have it today was built because it's available for you to use because somebody built it and made it available for others to use. And people started building more things. You get now. The Google Docs you're building now, Google is not making any money from these docs. It's an open source project for everybody to use so that people like Microsoft will not kill us. Right? Yeah. So if you're using other people's projects, you're using other people's designs, just be smiling to the bank and say, yeah, I'm using the designs. These people will not know I stole this design. and you take all the glory. It's fine, take all the glory. But guess what? The person who built it is far better than you. Why? Because they built it probably from nothing at all. So you should be, considering building something too, like they built, and then post it there. You get now, submit it there and contribute to the community. Don't just consume, you contribute as well. I think I've said enough. Same thing, login page. So you can get some of these designs, from there. You get now to help yourself, but tweak it, make it more interesting. Just be intuitive about it. Don't be lazy about it. Right? So this will take your time. I mean, I expect it to take considerable amount of time. Right? Time means overnight, sometimes less hours of sleep. So less hours of sleep is not unheard of in the world. Like you're not going to be the first person who is not going to sleep well, right? So so um, you should get ready for that, because each of these projects has a timeline when you should submit them. So if you don't submit them early enough, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect your performance, your ratings, and other things like that. So just try your best, to ensure that you are really, really, putting in your best to get it done. Get now at all costs. So the login form takes in the employee email, the password, the sign up page. You can see that I said the sign up page contain name, date of age, date of birth, work department, so your department. So even if department is not here, add it, right? Your manager, add your manager name there. Okay, yeah. So work department should be a drop down. So it should be like a pre-filled department. So you have like a number of departments already. So maybe 5 departments or 6 departments. So just put them there. And then some other things. So other things like time zone, all those things are fine. You can leave them there if you want to. So ensure that the application contains all those other stuff that is listed there. Okay, so login. So login, we log in using email and password. Okay, so that's that. So and ensure that you have validation on your sign up page and login page. So validation. So on the front end part, what you do on the front end is validation. What you do on the back end is authentication, right? Okay, so your front end should contain enough validation so that somebody doesn't put in uh, wrong data into the back end. So your front end should have enough validation. So I'm on number 4 now, employee dashboard. Yeah, so this one is like it's a pretty interesting work. It might look complex now, but it's very simple. Okay, it's very, very simple. So you are breaking down the page. So you pick a page now. You're breaking down the page into 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, or 4 sections now. Okay. So the first section is just the name of the employee calendar, the name of the employee, and then the dates. That's today's, instead of doing calendar for 2016, just use the dates. Today's date will be 09 03 2000 and sorry 2019. Yeah. So then next section will be where you have your statistics. So yeah, so for statistics, you divide that section into 4 parts: 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I'm saying this based on your CSS, how you should how you should how you should design your CSS page. I'm not really good with designs. I hope to improve on that myself, but I believe there's a way you can divide a full page, divide it into sections, and divide a section into divide it into rows. So this is like a row. Yeah, so you have a employee calendar is like a row, statistics is another row, calendar is another row. All absences, like the total number of times you be absent, is also another row as well. It's another row. So and in the first row, like the employee calendar row, that's where you have the name and the dates. It has no columns. It has only one column, right? Or it has only one column. If you look at the statistics row, it has 4 columns. On the first column, you have the total number of allowance given to the employee. On the second column, you have the total number of days used, and then how much is left, and the type of leave that has been taken so far. And then on the third column, you have available types, like this particular employee, what type of leave is available to that employee, holiday leave. So depending on the kind of employee you are in the firm, you know, there are different types of leave that are available to you. For example, now, if you're a man, you cannot have maternity leave because anyway, I mean, I don't know, the world has changed these days. So, but if you're a man, you cannot have maternity leave. I don't know, but you can have maternity leave because you're a man. Eh. But you cannot have maternity leave. You can't say I'm going on maternity. You can't say email to HR and say I'm going on maternity leave. So it will sound weird, but like I said, these days, I mean, things are strange. We live in perilous times. So I mean, people can say they're going on maternity leave. A man can say he's going on maternity leave. So this available type is meant to be like the type of leaves that is available to this particular employee. And then finally details, who is the supervisor, that's manager, who is the department, and then total number of leave for the year, right? Okay, so you can see that the design is very simple now. It's no longer complex as it looks. So you have 4 rows, and then in each of the row you have sections. Okay. So the calendar part is the part I don't know how you're going to implement it yet, but it has already been implemented. So all you need to just look for how it was implemented and do the same thing. Okay. So for this calendar part, please pay attention. Anyway, the call is recorded, so if you miss it out, you can watch the call again or pay attention. So for this calendar part, all you need to do is just show um, so the calendar is also a row as well, okay, and you have 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all you need to just show for those four months, like just show any 4 months that you like, but the 4 months that you show must include the current month. So, for example, now you can say that March has been included, right? So you have February, March, April, May. So just show any 4 months that you like, but always include that particular month. All right. Okay. So and then highlight when. Okay. So this will not be like this will not be implementable now, but it's something that you should include in your design. So ignore the red, blue, green here. All I want from you guys is to highlight certain days as off days, as the day that the employee is off. So for example, now in March, if I'm off on second, third, and fourth, second, third, and fourth must be red, so that when you build the back end for the application, you get now, and I load this page, it will load all the days that I'm off for February, all the days that I'm off for March, April, and May. Do you understand now? Okay, so it will load all those days, and it will only load all the days that are off that have been approved. Okay, because I could make it complex and say, load the off days that are pending, load the off days that are approved, load the off days that are already completed, but that would be just too much, work. It's not like it's too much work, but I mean, the major thing is that if somebody's off, it should be highlighted. Like that's the basic thing, right? Other ones can be done, later by yourself. So, like, let's just get the first things first. So it's not like you're going to anybody's going to be using that vision in production. So, but like the most important features that if somebody is off, you should show them off. So it should show that in February you were off this day, and then in this same calendar column you should have like an arrow so that you can move from February to March to May to June. You can check other months, right? So it's like you can scroll, maybe scroll or arrow or something that you can use to, that you can click and show other months or show previous months. So something like that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Only Gloria has done that. Is it clear? Okay. Then the last one is the last rule. Okay. I should repeat the explanation. Wow. Okay. So what didn't you get? Let's start from there first. What did you miss out? What about time off? Yeah, simple. I said you highlight the time off, the days that the employee is off, highlight it in red. That's all. So just as if you look at the document now, February on 4th, okay, see that on 4th of February, the person is off. So that's red, red. So you highlight it in red. So if the person is off for 3 days, all those 3 days will be highlighted in red. Say 4th, 12th, and 28th, they will all be highlighted in red. And it will be so for all the months. So if there's a month where the employee is not off, I mean, there will be no, there will be no highlighted date there. But if there is a month where the employee is off, it must be highlighted. It's as simple as that. Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. So yeah, last row there. The last row there is all absences. So to all the all the absences that have been approved for that particular employee. So just put it there. Aha. So I mean, this is just a table now. A table. I mean, I believe anybody can build a table. So if you can't build a table, just check it online. You see how to build a table. Okay. And then you have icons, the delete icon. So if you want to delete, so in my own head now, this is already like a component for me. Would all the features be static? What do you mean by static? You can unmute your mic and speak if typing waste time. Just unmute your mic, speak, and then what do you mean by static? Are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the functionalities of the page
yeah.
is with the employee detail, employee off and all that. Are we just going to hard code it on the front end, something like that?
Which of the details? All these details, holiday, sick leave, 8.5, all those things.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah, of course. Now, I mean,
yes.
you had code it now. You had code it, but if you had code it in such a way that it can be filled up later by data coming in from database. Sure, you get now.
Oh,
Yeah. So yes,
we are
there's a way to
doing
do that. There's a way to do that. That's why you're using React. You get now. The components will be having props, right? All the components have props, and those props. I'll answer your question. Let me finish this question first. And those props, will be holding data, like what are they calling it? The number of days remaining, all those things. So you have your states, you have your props, and all those things. So your props will be holding data for each of these components, and your states. Normally you should have your states, containing all this data, all the data that you need here. Everything should be in your state. You understand now? You should put all this. So what you need to do is hard code those data in your state, but the state should already exist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
okay.
Exactly. So
Yes.
because so when you interact with, so if you hard code that data in your state, yeah, when you interact with database, all you need to do is just remove the hard coded data and then replace it with a variable that is storing data from your database. Abi?
Okay. So when we build our page, it's just going to work for only one employee.
Exactly, exactly. That's what it is. So by the time you now have your
Okay.
database, you can now start loading data for everybody. But You see, imagine this as though you are building the front end for an application that so it's like you're working with somebody now, because it will happen a lot, by the time you guys start working with people, where you'll be required to build the front end for an application. Yes, and then someone else to build the back end. So normally what we do is we use mock data. So but mock data is just meant to be like the way the data from the back end will be represented. But in this case now, there's no need for too much wahala. Just have your states. You get now have your state. For example, now for this particular employee calendar, you should have your state storing total number of days, the employee details, supervisor, blah 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 blah, total number of leaves. So you should have a state for all these the types of maternity leave and all those things. You should have a state storing when the person is off, right? And then finally, you should have a state for all the dates that the person is off and all those things. So, I mean, that was the reason why I talked about structuring your applications the other time, because you need to, really think deeply about how you will structure the whole thing, such that everything will be fine. So that's it. So you had code it, but you build it in such a way that if data is ready from the database, you can easily, integrate it into what you've already built. So it's up to you to do your research and really figure out how that can be done. But it has been done many times. People do it all the time. Okay. Yeah. Have I answered the question?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Gloria.
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir. Sir, please, I want to ask for the employee dashboard where
Yeah.
there's, how do I put it now? There's a menu, that time of management, calendar, team view, supervision, whereby the supervision looks like a drop down, it has a drop down menu. Then the active bar, it's the new absence.
Hold on.
So,
Hold
sir,
on.
please,
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
oh,
Okay. Okay. They're talking about the header. The header.
yes, yes, sir, yes, the other.
The header. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
please,
Okay.
can you
Okay.
expatiate on it, or yes?
Oh. Okay. 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 All right. So for the header, in the case of supervision, ignore that. Ignore that. In the case of calendar, that would be that is the what do I call it? Yeah. Yeah, so change calendar to employee dashboard. So calendar is, hold on. Let me add it to the docs. Let me just add that to the docs now. Let me add it here. Notes. Thank you for raising that. So notes. Notes. Okay. So we have calendar to be employee dashboard. Employee dashboard. Team view is team view. Team view. I'll explain that one later. Team view. Okay. And then ignore supervision. Ignore supervision. And then finally we have new absence. Yeah, so that one is that's just important. New absence. Okay. All right, great. So to bring this home now, give me a minute. All right, great. Okay, so let me bring this home to you guys. Oh my God. Okay, so let me go ahead now. So now, in the case of calendar, when you click on calendar, so let's start with the name, time off management. Like that should be the name of your app, time off app. So if you click on time off app, it's just take you to the home page, right? Yeah. So I don't know what you want your home page to be. I mean, the home page could as well just be your employee dashboard. It's absolutely fine if you have that. Okay. So the time off that's named there. If you click on it, or you may not, or if you click on it, nothing may happen. It's your choice. Okay, but that calendar there should be employee dashboard, right? So change it to employee dashboard. Employee dashboard is calendar, or calendar is calendar is okay. So this is what you call, so this is like a navigation bar. That is like a navigation bar, as simple as that. So you click on if you click on calendar, that is it should be your employee dashboard. So you rename it to employee dashboard. So if you click on it, it takes you to your employee dashboard, which is what we are talking about now. And I believe that is clear. Team view, team view is another feature that I'll talk about later. So that's another feature. So if you click on that, it should take you to another page entirely. I don't know if you guys know how to build single page applications with React. Uh, if you can build a single page application with it, it's fine. If not, which means if each time you click on it, it will have to load data again. All right. So uh, for supervision, to ignore excuse me, ignore supervision. Okay. While so I think supervision will be called something else. When I get there, I'll see it. Okay. So, but for now, ignore supervision. Right. So, like I said, I screenshotted this to show you what your application should look like. Note the changes. So, while for new absence, that's the button. So that's the button. So that is the button that will open the that is the button that will open the form. That's the button that will open the absence form. I think I'll still go the absence request form. So that's the button that opened that form. So we have to use conditional screen rendering in React. I don't know. I mean, whatever makes your application work, use it. So if you need to use conditional conditional screen conditional rendering, what do you call it? Conditional screen rendering, use it. If you have to use something else, use it. Whatever makes your application work, use it. Okay. So Gloria, have I answered the question? Yeah, okay now. Great. So, like I said, yeah. So I'm on number 5 now. Number 5 is the absence request form. So, so this is the form that allows an employee request for leave pending approval. The details of the form, the date the form should collect includes date, duration for leave, start and end date, reason for leave, and then the type of leave. So, I think that's all. This one I had to create a mock-up for this one by myself because I didn't see it on the app. I had to sign up on the app, tell them my company name, and I don't have a company yet, so and I don't have strength for that. So you can see that I'm on number 5 now, page 4. So type of leave is a drop down. From is date. From is date. To is date, and then so the duration should be automatically calculated. So if I say from hold on, your duration that duration box should be uneditable. So ensure that the box is not editable. Okay. So you're from once you choose from to, you should calculate the total number of days and then display the total number of days there in the duration box. And then finally text box, reason for leave. So that's just that. And then you submit there. So that's a form there. So if you click on the button new absence, it should take you to that form where you can fill the form. And then finally team view. Okay, so your team view is a dashboard too. So this dashboard shows it. So the team view makes you feel like you're the admin. So in essence, you are going to submit. In essence, you're going to submit a request for leave, and then you also be the one to approve it. Ordinarily, should be someone else to approve it. But like I said, handling all that to be like an overkill for an application that is just meant to display ability. You get now. So it will be and it will take us more time. Yeah. So I want quick wins. I want to achieve a lot as much as possible. So that's why I won't add that. So, but after submitting your request leave, you will see all your requests. You can see that this page, that's number 6 now, team view. This it has two rows. The first row talk about all the requests that are pending. You can see the leave request to approve that you can choose to call it pending. Hold on, I'll answer your question. Let me explain this, please. You can call this pending requests or pending uh, leave request. Okay, so this will show you all of the. So if you submit a request now, it will see it. It will show it here. You get now. It will show it here. It will show the employee, the department of the employee, the dates of the request, the leave dates, right? The type of leave, the number of days, and then create an extra section, create an extra column for the reason for leave. Okay, and then you can click on reject or you can click on approve. So that's the button. So all of these are components you get now. So just what you just do is just to use your dot map to repeat all the components. Okay. So yeah, Gloria, go ahead and ask a question.
Yes, please sorry to take you back to number 5 for the duration that you talked about. Yes. So okay, when you're talking about number 6, I want to ask the duration. Is it okay? Sorry, let me start from this. I believe okay, the company like has the types of leave and how would I put it? Yes, the duration in which the leave is to be like if it's maybe paternity leave, maybe 4 weeks or 8 weeks. Yes, sir. So like for the duration, is it the number of days from the beginning of the leave to the end, or can the employee actually increase the date? So I don't know if you understand, like increase the date. Okay, if it's paternity leave, which is let's say for example maybe 8 weeks, and maybe it's supposed to span from April to May. Yeah, I think that no, that's oh no, yeah, that's 8 weeks. Yes. So like really, with the employee now increase the number of weeks he is supposed to take because that duration. And when you went to time view, that I saw like Salmon Trent. He puts paternity leave, then the days. That days the type, then days. That days is that the duration. Please, can you buttress on that duration more? Because I don't seem
Okay.
to understand. Yes.
So duration is the number of days from when the leave starts till when the leave ends. Okay, but don't overthink it. Don't like I said. If we're going to build this application as a full scale, um, full scale was our one a production grade application, right? Um, it's going to take a lot of effort because there are so many things to consider. So don't overthink paternity leave and whatever leave and all. I mean, just total number of days from that day. Say for example now the employee has like allocation of 20 days, like 20 days leave, and then the employee requests for like 3 months leave approved. Just or if you approve it, all you need to do is 20 days minus 3 months. It will give you minus. It will give you a negative number of days. Abi, put the negative number of days there to show that this employee has gone beyond, their number of requested leave by so number of days. You understand now? So this employee was absent, outside of their leave by -5 days or -10 days. So don't bother yourself about whether it's a maternity leave, and all those ones is just to add flavor. You get now. Don't think too much about it. Don't bother yourself about it because you're talking about maternity leave now. I don't know. Do you want to go maternity leave? I'm just kidding. So, but don't think too much about it. Don't think too much about the type of leave and the total number of days yet. I mean, I may add it in the future and say, you know what, oh yeah, for this number of leave, do this, do this. But what one thing is that by the time you build the back end, everybody will have like on the sign up once everybody signs up, they will have a fixed allocated date leave. So maybe 20 days for everybody. Okay. So if I now make a request for like 15 days or 25 days, and then if I make a request on the request form page and then you come to this team view dashboard and you see the request I made and you approve that request, by the time you go back to my employee dashboard, it will be showing that it's 20 minus 25 now. No, for you to get the total number of days left, it's meant to be total number of days allocated minus total number of days requested. Total number of days allocated is always 20 for everybody, minus total number of days requested. Somebody requested for 25 days. So what's 20 minus 25 minus 5? So it means that Baba, you have exceeded the total number of requests given to you by 5 days. So for 5 days, you were out of office, and it was not part of your leave. So your manager has to justify that reason. I mean, that is another thing entirely. But that is just what it is. Your total number of days should always be, and the remaining days should always be total number of allocated leave minus the total number of leave requested. But duration is just total number of days. That's all. So if I'm requesting a 2 weeks leave, 2 weeks leave is 14 days, or just make it 14 days. Yeah, normally should be working days. That's 10 days, but just make it 14 days. If I'm requesting 3 weeks leave, just make it 21 days, something like that. So I don't want to complicate the application so much that you guys will be deep into logic. So let's just take it step by step. We increase the complexity as time goes on, but let's take it step by step. So Gloria, what do you think about that? Or do you feel like you're up to the task to go all the way? Or what do you guys think? Everybody, what do you guys think? Let me know your opinion. Do you think we should go all the way? Do you think we should do you think we should go all the way down to implementing everything, or let's just take it step by step? But I don't know, it's asking question, and I say no. I mean, in my head, I was thinking, this guy wants to work. Anyway, that's fine. So let me discuss the last few things. Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's fine. So let me discuss the last few things before I hand over to UAT. Yeah. Okay. Because I will need to change my system. Battery is running low. So very, very, very quickly. So I think we're all okay with the first rule. First rule is just approve or reject. So I think that is clear. I'm coming, Shomoye. So the last, the other rule is where you have your approved. So all the other rules are, if so, the first rule is pending request. The second rule is approved request. So all the rules that have been approved, all the requests that have been approved, so they will all be on the second rule. So once you approve a request on the first rule, it will appear on the second rule as approved. That's just all. So maybe ask a question. Ask a question.
Morning, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My question is based on that conditional ranging stuff that I was talking about. Okay, like from my own overview of what I'm seeing, that I like the way I think I would do it is initially when you log in, like when you load the page, it will show number 1. When you click on sign up, it will show number 2. Then when you click on either sign in or after you've submitted your sign up, it should show number 3. When you now log in, it should show number 4. I just want to be sure. Then where does number 5 come in? And because number 6 is related to number 4 actually, but I don't know where number 5 comes in.
So it's like this. Because you don't have authentication yet, I should be able to see all the pages. I should be able to see every page that you have there. So it's as simple as that. On your navigation bar, you should have a logout on your navigation bar there. So if I click on logout, it takes me back to login page. It takes me back to the landing page, right? So if I from landing page, on the landing page, if I click on login, it should take me to login page. If I put in any data and click on login, it should immediately take me to the employee dashboard. Okay, on the employee dashboard, if I click on new request, let it show me the new request form. If I click on team view, let it show me team view. If I click on what else again? If I click on absence request form, let it show me absence request form. So that's all.
Okay.
So it's when you now have authentication that you now say, okay, until you're authenticated before you can see everything from employee dashboard to a team view to request form and all that stuff. So but for now that there is no authentication, I want to see all the pages. So that's just it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, final thing, deliverables. So I meant to build all of that I showed you within a week. So from today, login and sign in links. Yeah, they should be now. They should be routing somewhere. So it isn't React, so it isn't React Router, not links anymore. So you take note of that. So yeah, so I'll go ahead now. But there are links. I mean, it route is still a link anyway. So students deliverables. So this is meant to be done within a week. It's pretty achievable because they are simple things. Okay. So from now till Thursday, from today till Thursday. So at the end of today, you're expected to complete your landing page. Henry is laughing. Henry, you are even hardly in a meeting. You're always requesting for videos, much later on. So I understand why you're laughing. But I know, other people are ready to go. In fact, some people can do it today. And some people don't already. Some people don't, it's just for them to just code it out. Like 2 hours now they'll be done. Tomorrow, sign up page. Next tomorrow, login page. Next tomorrow, employee dashboard. Next tomorrow, absence request form. Finally on Thursday, you may have grace for Friday. So say we can extend that grace for Thursday officially. You should have your team view dashboard, right? Great. Okay. So we have this, every day of the week. So I will create a Google form, and then the Google form will contain. So you've been normally you create a React application, create a repository, push your code to your repository, and then all you need to do just yes, I said step by step. Yes, step by step. So like that's step by step. Like every of the um bootcamp projects, I would review that and then come back to it. So, but for now, you should let that be. I'll review that and then come back to it. I'll tell you um what we'll do with the project going forward. But we are going to build the project together definitely because we spent quite some time on it. Okay, so we'll come back to that one definitely. But for now, this is what we'll be focusing on, right, going forward. So every day of the week is what I'm asking about. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything else. Okay. So all your daily challenge, everything will be around. Everything is just going to be this. So all day long, this is what you're working on. So all today long, now landing page. I will not, having any daily challenge, anything. Tomorrow, all day long sign up page. Next tomorrow, all day long login page. In fact, these ones are really simple. So if I were you, like this landing page, login page, I will try to do everything in one day, so that I can have. Okay, so that I can have time to do like this employee dashboard now. That one. See, absence request form. If you are smart, absence request form, landing page, sign up page, login page. Try to do everything today, so that I can have enough time for team view dashboard and your employee dashboard. Check it now. So if you were smart, today, tomorrow, complete all these landing page. Those ones are simple. So try to complete them so I have enough time to really work on this. But what I know is that at the end of today, you should submit, your landing page. At the end of tomorrow, sign up page. At the end of so if you now submit, if you complete it, before like faster, it's absolutely fine. But you submit at the time you're meant to submit it. But this is why, because I know some of them will take more time, especially the employee dashboard will take a lot of time to do that. Okay, because it's a dashboard. The team view also takes some time too. But if I you, the things that are simple that like that this one's it's already in your head what it should look like. Quickly try to work on those ones and then take your time to work on other things before the day you're going to submit them. So it's fine to finish early enough. Gives you time to do other things too. There are other things you should still be working on. So because of the bootcamp project, that is why I laughed. Okay. So instead of you to ask, you laughed. You can see the different mentality now. Somebody's asking, what about the bootcamp project? Somebody else is laughing and keeping quiet. Not that you laugh. How am I supposed to know what you laughed about now? Anyway, that one's gone. So yeah, that's about it for my end. I've been able to. I hope I've been able to convince and not confuse you about the importance of this app. So, what do you guys think? Very quickly before I pass on the. Let me make you see the organizer. The system can go off and down. I'll come back, but I'll just make her the organizer. Yeah, and just in case anything happens. Okay. So, what do you guys think of the project itself? Do you think it makes sense? Do you think it's worth your time, or do you guys think? I mean, please, why are you wasting our time? Let us build something like Twitter or Facebook, or you're convinced. Good. Okay. So, what is
Hello guys. Just confirming everybody can hear me. Hello. Anybody hear me? Please, have we shared it? Hello? Can everyone hear me?
Hello, hello, can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. So I joined using another platform, but okay. Unfortunately, I can't make myself the organizer, so you can't hear anything. Uh, can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, great. All right. So I was asking about uh, the project before. I was asking if you guys think it's a good project to work on, or if you'd rather work on something else entirely. So and you guys said it's okay to work on. That's that's um that's fine. It's a good one. Okay, no problem. Just kick off today. So like I said, I'll send the I'll send the I'll send the form. Go from submission. If you don't try, you never learn. Like the ones I gave you before you tried everything out. So that's the situation. So that's the yeah. So are you around?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, this is Kunle here.
Okay, hold on.
Hello once again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking just before just when you stepped out, okay? Um, so guys, I was talking about like, for the feedback that you guys gave, thank you very much. We kind of implemented a lot of feedback, from the feedback form. And Mayawa, and ourselves have had like conversations and had like a final meeting yesterday, as mentioned earlier. And so this project will run all through the academy. And as we learn stuff, we can actually add code to the project so that actually like continuous learning. So part of the feedback we also gotten is about community, and people like helping, like learning from every other person. Um, so there's going to be a lot of active work on the Slack channel from henceforth. And also, I think that Maya will have to share, the submission system for this. I think it's going to ask everybody to create repos and share and add him as collaborator. So you probably have to add Mayawa and Level Up Academy as collaborators to your repos, because every day we're going to be checking. So for example, the assignment that is supposed to be due by tomorrow evening is already on the timeline of the project. So it will be checked at the right time to see how many people have actually implemented it. At the normal class times, which is 5 p.m. on Sunday, 8 p.m. on Monday, and the other days, there's going to be reviews. So if there are questions that need to be answered, if you're having challenges building, right, there are going to be answers to those questions. But you're not expected to wait till that point, right? If you have challenges, because it means that we don't want that to be an excuse. Oh, we're waiting for the class, right? We don't want that to be an excuse. Actually start building. If you have questions, ask on the WhatsApp group, ask on the Slack channel, so that other people that have like answers can help you. It's very important that nobody's trying to copy through this project, because in the end, right, what we expect by the boot camp, that's the end of next week, is that everybody is comfortable building a front-end application. If you copy to achieve that, you are the only person that is losing is whoever is copying, not the academy or any other person, not Mayawa, right? Not myself. So it's important that you see it as, okay, if I don't know anything, this is for me to learn and ask questions. We actually know that from our stars that there are about 7 people who are kind of like okay, up to speed, but there's other people in the class who are not up to speed. So there's nobody needs to hide and say, oh, I don't know anything, right? And I'm trying to copy. There's no need to hide. We already know people that don't know a lot. So this is the opportunity for you to ask all the questions you need to ask. The Slack channel is going to be very active. The WhatsApp group needs to be very active. Ask all the questions you need to ask during this period so that you can be up to speed. We created enough time to stop lectures so that you can watch videos if you have questions. This is the opportunity you have, right? So I'll ask that everybody gives extra time during this 1 week, beyond what you've done in the past. Maya was mentioned sleeping less. If you have to sleep less for 1 week, please do that. If you have to shelve a couple of activities during the week, please do that. If you have to do some work while you're doing your break time at the office, please do that. Just for this week, take a sacrifice to spend a bit more time, right, to get stuff done, right? So I would really appreciate that everybody puts in enough time. No excuses, please. People say that in chat, and I agree. There should be no excuses this time. Get stuff done, right? There'll be followers, as I mentioned, every day. We'll be checking the repos to make sure that people are submitting. As I said, ask for support as much as you can, right? And so the digital marketing group, if you're talking to them, a couple of them are already doing interviews. So, like, it's because there was a lot of activity all through. Nobody has gone for an interview and has been told you don't have a job. Everybody has either gotten an offer letter, is waiting for their letter, or has gotten an internship offer. This needs to more. And on digital marketing track, everybody has to submit at the right time, no excuses, and that's exactly what we're doing on the. Some people will get into jobs faster than other people because of how active they are, right? So please take the sacrifice to do what you need to do to get where you want to get on time. They're going to be like, okay, sorry, can you guys hear me? Hello, please confirm that you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Great. Okay, great. So what I was saying is, we've had like a couple of people on the digital media track, get like interviews. Nobody has gone for an interview and has been told, you're not good enough. Everybody has gone for an interview, has either gotten a job, has gotten an offer letter, or is waiting for an offer letter. And that's because like a lot of people, actually did assignments, did projects, they're very active all through the period, and even though they were not active at the beginning, started to adjust towards the end because, they saw that it was important for them to be active. So I expect that even if you've not been active for a while, this next 1 week is your most active period on the academy, right? If you've not been active for a while, this is time to get back on track, right? And ask all the questions and be as active as possible. If you ask for help, you get help from anybody in the academy, whether fellow students or even the coordinator, you get help. So please ask for as much as help. Ask. The difference between people that are getting job offers right now in the digital media track and some people that put internships and some people that are still waiting for interviews is how much work they put in the assignments, how much work they put in during the projects, right? And you can reach out to them. There are people that are very, and they'll probably share, some of them will probably share their experience at the boot camp. So you can actually meet people one-on-one who have actually already gotten jobs through the academy, right? The final thing that I'll say is that part of what we're doing with this is to also say, give like specific prizes to the best front-end design. So there are prizes for the front-end side of the project that will be given at the boot camp. And then there's also prize at the end of the project. That's at the end of the academic project when you've done the back-end side of the project. There are two prizes that we're giving on Saturday. One is the best design and functionality, right? So this front end, there's some design, there's some functionality. So we expect everybody to be creative. You don't have to do exactly what you see on the screen that Mayowa shared. Be creative with your forms, be creative with the views. You're allowed to do that. There's a prize for the best design and functionality. There's also a prize for the most improved student on the academy. So we know some people have been backward, right? And there's also like prizes for the most improved person in terms of design and functionality also, right? So it's important. I mean, apart from the fact that it's important for you, we are also like providing prizes for the best guys who obviously have put in a lot of time and a lot of energy into getting this done, right? And I can assure you that it's really cool prizes. It's prizes that you enjoy. I don't want to say too much about the prizes, but I can assure you that it's really good prizes. Some of it's probably cash. So get stuff done. Let's get stuff done on time. The best guys. So even if you're not someone that's been up to speed before, there's an opportunity to actually, be celebrated because there's also a prize for the most improved person, not just someone that's the best, right? There's a prize for the most improved students in the academy. Okay, so that's all I have to say right now. There's going to be follow-ups throughout the week. On normal classes will be back. Mayowa will be taking questions during the week for the normal class schedule, and of course, class resumes back as normal next week. The boot camp, Mayowa will send more information about the boot camp during the week on how you to go. Yeah, I believe that there are no questions for me, but if you have any questions, I'm willing to answer them. The goal right now is for everybody to get back on track. If you're not on track, if you have been on track before, to do a bit more, and so that we can throughout the academy from this point, it will be fully projects, so that we're not just doing theory. We also got feedback, about videos not being uploaded on time after the classes because some people forget. That's going to be changed right now. There'll be videos uploaded on time. And so forth. If you have any other feedback that you didn't put in the feedback form, please send it to us and we'll take action on all of them. Yeah. If you have any questions, please one more thing I need to mention, yeah. As part of ways to improve activity on coding, we kind of changed the structure of classes. I don't know if Maya shared that already, but I'll share that. So on Sundays, normal classes, as we do Saturday, Sunday, will go on normal. Monday is the code challenge, which will be focused on the project from henceforth also. Sometimes Maya might change it depending on what it feels like, yeah, but it's still the code challenge day. Tuesday is normally the Feynman hour. Feynman hour is now moved to Wednesday. What we have on Tuesday is a code hour. A code hour is everybody's online, everybody's on Slack, everybody's actually coding the project assignment at the same time. And there's a lot of activity. So even though there are times when people are coding differently, at this time everybody's online and coding and sharing, question answers. Everybody expected to be part of this coding hour, regardless of where you are. We know that some people are on the road, so we are considering making the code hour 9 to 11 instead of 8 to 10. So there's no excuse of I'm on the road, right? So if you are someone that is usually on the road, please confirm that you're usually at home at 9 latest. So between 9 and 11 henceforth on Tuesdays, right, there's coding hours and everybody is participating on Slack. We're checking everybody's progress, what they're coding at that time. It's important because we want to make it a compulsory coding hour for everybody so that everybody's actually coding on the project at this time. So Tuesday is no more Feynman hour, it's now coding hours for 2 hours. And it might extend if you're really in the spirit, we're willing to stay till 3 hours. On Wednesday is now the Feynman hour. So the Feynman hour is where you guys teach, and my hour started a new thing where it's giving you assignments to teach, teach a new topic. And I think that's just really good. It helps you guys learn. So what will happen on the Feynman hour day is a presentation by whoever is presenting. There's a discussion on it, and then afterwards there's a review on the project again. Whatever was coded on Tuesday, there's a review by Mayawa. He's going to check your repos and review, on Wednesday as part of the Feynman hour. So the Feynman hour and the after hours are now combined into one day, Feynman hour. 2 hours, the Feynman hour, and then the code review by Mayawa. On Thursday, after you've done the coding hour and done the Feynman hour, we expect that on Thursday, the assignment that's given by the teacher is now easier for you because you've done coding hour, you've actually asked questions, you've done the Feynman hour. And so the coding review also, the assignment review also will now change from just general assignment reviews. Teachers will now have to do reviews per person, or by a group of people, depending on how the assignment is, to say this is actually what you need to change, this is actually what you got wrong. So what's important that everybody submits the assignments on time so that we can get to the teachers on time and they can review on time and provide reviews on Thursdays. So this is the new structure for the classes, just to make sure that we are on track and nobody's dropping off. So really what is required that everybody puts in the effort that they need to put in right now, So as teachers are putting effort, as Maya is putting effort, as we are putting effort, everybody is putting effort. We need students to also put in the effort that is required for us to get stuff done. Yeah. So that's everything from me. I don't say too much. If you have any questions, you can ask. Maya, I don't know if you want to share about the submission mechanism, how to submit. But Shomoye, I think you have a question. You can go on if you have a question, Shomoye.
Yeah, I just wanted to be sure if Friday will still be off due to the new
Friday
calendar.
Friday is still off, off day for you guys. Of course, if you can do extra work for yourself on Friday, that's excellent. But Friday is still off officially.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So, Maya, what do you want to share about the submission and the repo thing, and any other thing you want to share?
Yes, they create a repository for their project, and they're meant to submit like the repository links for completed works. But the thing is, because it's a React app, if I'm going to have to see their application, it means I have to install everybody's app on my machine, and every installation takes a lot of time and a lot of things. So
what I'll do is I'll quickly look for a platform where they can host for free React applications. I think perhaps maybe that might be the first task. There are enough guides out there for how to host React applications so that everybody just sends the URL for your hosted application. I can just do your URL. That would be better because or else I'll have to always install everybody's application every now and then, which is quite tedious. So, resource
That
wasting.
sounds like people are suggesting Heroku on the chat. So I mean,
Yes,
whatever.
exactly Heroku. Exactly Heroku. Since they're suggesting Heroku, that would be nice. So I'll just do is I'll get the guide. I'll help you look for ordinarily. You guys should look for these things by yourself. But anyhow, so as far as avoid the excuses, I'll help you look for sources on how to deploy React on Heroku. So I'll send it to you guys with the so it will come with the Google form where you submit the URL. So you see that's in the announcements. You see the link to the articles and the resources that you use to deploy. But if not, you can see those that spoke about Heroku now. Oyewo and okay, you can use Netlify, it is fine. And what's his name now? Sodiq. So if after going to work, you are still having issues, you can always talk to them. Like I don't know if you guys will do that, but you can always talk to somebody. This thing, I've not been able to do it right. How did you go about it? All right. So I think that's the way it's going to be. So every day just submit your URL and then I'll check what you've done. I'll check what you've done, and we'll review it and discuss it as stuff. I think that is finally host an application. Okay. That's it.
Yeah, as
So
part of. Sorry, Maya, go on. I just want to say something.
Yeah, no, okay. As I say, I'll send that and then I'll upload the videos after the meeting.
Okay, as I said, right, I'm encouraging that people don't go and start dubbing code, right? Please, whatever happens anyway on the bootcamp day, there's like a review, personal review, everybody that Maya is doing to check to make sure that everybody actually learning, not just dubbing. So apart from the fact that it's important for you, we will also check that, that you're not just dubbing code. So there's going to be like a defense, So if you don't understand what you're coding, then it only means that you've been dubbing. And I'm assuming that you are good Nigerians, so please don't be like all these funny politicians. Let's do the right thing, right? Okay, cool. For me, right, I'm not sure that I have any extra things to say. But Maiwa, probably if you have anything to say, the final thing I'll just say is everybody needs to be at bootcamp physically. If you're in Lagos, there's no excuse for not being at the bootcamp physically, right? If you're in Lagos, please plan your day. You need to be at the bootcamp physically. If you're out of Lagos, that's a different conversation that we'll handle. If you're in Lagos, know that you have to be at the bootcamp physically. If you need to reach out to us about this, please reach out and I can have a conversation about it. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. I'll hand over to Maiwa right now. Thank you.
All right, so guys, I think that's all. Does anybody have anything, any concern, any questions regarding the project? You all have the document now, so you can access the document anytime. You can access the document anytime. If I have updates, I'll make the updates there. You see the update. If you feel that there's something that needs to be clarified, let me know. I'll go to the document and clarify it. And let me know on the.
Maiwa, what's the deadline for tomorrow's submission? I know that you're supposed to be reviewed tomorrow. Is there a deadline for tomorrow's submission?
Okay, so I added dates, but I didn't add deadline. So I'll add deadline to hold the. I'll add deadline to hold the document. I'll add deadline to the.
Okay, anybody has an appeal or a question about bootcamp or being available, whatever, please send an email to hello@sycamore.africa and we'll take it case by case basis. Please don't send an email if you're supposed to be flower girl for somebody's wedding. You're not flower girl at this age. So please don't send any appeals that are not very valid. if you have like really strong appeals, we can have a conversation about it. But yeah, it has to be really strong. Apart from that, we expect everybody to be in. Okay, that's all from me. Again, final all from me. Maya, the floor is yours. Me, I'm out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So accommodation. Where do you stay? It's about the submission actually. Okay. Okay.
Just
What about?
yeah. Sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt, guys. Oyewo, right? Send an email. Send an email. Copy Mayawa. Mayawa seems to have an hotel that he wants to give you.
I don't have any. I just want to know where I live in and know why I need an accommodation.
But yeah, if you're coming from Ile-Ife, Mayawa, send an email. We'll try to figure out something. Right? I want everybody to be in as possible. So Mayawa, send an email. Oyewo, send an email. Moroke Aliyu. For the submission issue you're having, send an email. We'll take it up from there. Send an email as soon as this call is over. About whatever issues you have. Take it up from there.
All right. So guys, if that's all. Okay, stay in Ile-Ife. Okay, I'm saying no. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. You can always join online alternatively. I mean, you join online anyway, but feel like that would be the only issue. You can send an email as you said. Okay. Which submission is that? Submission of URL for your project. That's what we're referring to. Or if there's anything else that's more complex than that, you can send an email as. So is that all? Any other question? Now regarding the project, any question?
Submission is like, as Moyava said, is for the project, and there's a deadline for every submission. We're checking deadlines. There's deadlines. You're supposed to do like I think the front page before the class tomorrow evening. And Mayawa will give a deadline to that. So there's submission almost every day. So when this project is not supposed to be submitted at the end of the week. It's supposed to be submitted every day. You're supposed to update your projects every day based on deadline Mayawa has given. So that's submission that I'm referring to. Just wanted to add that. Submitting before the bootcamp, before the class tomorrow, Mayawa will give you the time for that. Okay. Yeah.
Amakiri, the first submission will be tomorrow. So I'll change since I won't be able to review that. What I'm saying. So the first submission will be tomorrow, and then next one, and then the next one. So I'll put the deadline there. I'll put the deadline. I'll put everything in the document. Deadline for all the submissions, because after submission there should be a review. So I'll put that there. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Any other question? Okay. So if there's no question, I think everyone is good to go. You can get started, start creating your app, start working on how to, even before I send you so start working on how to host it. So the first thing I meant to do is create your app, or you first and foremost, you go to the platform you want to use. You can either use Netlify or Heroku, depending on the one that is easier. I've used Heroku before. I've not used Netlify before. So I think Netlify is easier. I don't know from the adverts. I don't know. I mean, from the adverts, they're selling themselves as easier. So okay, so today so Netlify is more is easier from what they say, why they're advertising. So people see all of those advertise. You can check both of them out and check how to deploy React app. So what happens is that you're meant to create those React app on that platform and send your put the URL for your application on that platform. So their own application will pull from a URL it will build your application on their platform and then make it available over a URL, a custom URL that will be created by you, created for you by the platform. That's basically how it works. So it's just like it's just like they're providing a machine for you to do your work, but they are hosting. They're making that machine accessible over the internet. The data on that machine accessible over the internet. It's nothing. It's complex to build anyway, but I'm talking about the way it works now. It's simple. You just put in your URL for your application. They will clone your URL and then they will build your application to install all the dependencies, and then they simply make your application available over a custom URL. That's as simple as that. Very interesting. Okay. So yeah. So that's all. So yeah. So Netlify is easy. You can use Netlify. If you like Heroku, it's fine. You can use Heroku. And there's no, as long as there's a URL for me to use. If you want to host, you want to buy your own domain name and do everything by yourself, I mean, please go ahead by all means. So yeah. All right, guys. It's time to call it a day. I think
Yeah,
Ireti
thanks,
will have to end the meeting. Yeah. Ireti will have to end the meeting because she's the organizer.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
Yeah. Bye bye.